Topic is Made in Pakistan. I would like to invite Syed Junaid, COO Softoo, to moderate the session. And for the panelists, Shahzad Rafique Sahab, AutoSoft, Asif Ismail, CEO Premier Cables, Omer Farooq, CEO Interwood, Naeem Abbas, CEO 24/7, and Fahd Mehmood Khan, CEO HumanTek.
Assalamu alaikum ji. My name is Junaid. I'm going to moderate this session. Being here, I'd like to start with, I would like our panelists to give a small introduction of themselves, and then we can proceed with that. Mic agar aap read kar lein.
My name is Shahzad Rafique, Chief Operating Officer, AutoSoft Dynamics. And we are into a core banking product solution.
Assalamu alaikum ji. My name is Fahd. I'm the CEO and founder of Muhafiz, and we're basically a risk mitigation and crisis management company.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Naeem Abbas. I'm the CEO for 24/7 Consultancy. We are a medical billing and revenue cycle management company based out of Rafique.
जी मेरा नाम उमर फारूक है and I'm CEO of Interwood. We manufacture furniture and retail as well. So we handle end-to-end supply chain as well.
जी Asif Ismail, CEO Premier Cables, based from last 60 years, manufacturing optical fiber cables. World become global world just because of optical fiber.
Thank you, gentlemen. I think this topic is very relevant in our perspective, especially where the Pakistan is going in the 21st century. We all know कि पाकिस्तान के साथ जो challenges associated हैं for last couple of years, तो उसमें Made in Pakistan has become more relevant, और उसमें आप लोगों का जो experience है definitely it matters. So मैं सबसे पहले start करूँगा आज की discussion, और I would like to ask शहजाद साहब, since आपका background और आपका जो experience है in softwares and IT solutions and especially for the banking sector, तो if you can highlight के how can IT can support and especially Made in Pakistan में जो सॉफ्टवेयर्स हैं वो हम ग्लोबल लेवल पे कैसे लेके जा सकते हैं, हमें इंटरनली उसके लिए क्या चाहिए और क्या करना होगा ताकि हम अपनी सॉफ्टवेयर एक्सपोर्ट्स को उसमें इंक्रीज़ कर सकें.
Thank you, Junaid. पहले तो I think we have like 30 minutes to discuss Made in Pakistan. We can only touch the fundamentals here. Obviously, there are many aspects which itself is a complete topic here. But yes, I mean, we are like in the fintech industry for the past 23 years. We have like core banking products. So I can actually share my experiences, what we have seen, what are the strengths, what are the weaknesses, what we can do better in the whole ecosystem of Made in Pakistan. Because Made in Pakistan is not just a tag. When we talk about Made in Pakistan, it's about the whole ecosystem. Now there are different stakeholders in that ecosystem. You talk about government, you talk about industry, you talk about academia. And in previous discussions we have seen there's a lot of talk about the industry-academia gap. But before that, I think there are certain things that needs to be done by each stakeholder in order to create boost in your exports when especially related to the banking and the fintech sector. So for example, in the last 23 years, what we have seen that from the government sector, we haven't seen that protectionist approach for the local vendors. And if I talk about India, one of the largest players in global market in the banking industry, on the banking software solutions is Finacle, which was tremendously supported by the local industry because of the government policies, and yet there was a realization in the private sector industry as well, which was actually created by the government awareness. And the government protection and policy will really help not just us, but the other software companies like us who have indigenous software capability in any industry to actually go beyond the boundaries and come out of the Pakistani market, from the traditional markets to the non-traditional markets as well. So one is the government policies that will really play a very important role. The second thing is that what has gone wrong is that even if you talk about the government-owned entities, Junaid, even the government-owned entities are not using the local softwares. If you talk about National Bank of Pakistan, you talk about PIA. PIA is, and they have spent millions and millions of dollars. And the problem is that in order to go global, the local industry products, they need to have that stability in their product. They need to have quality. They need to achieve a certain scale in order to prove themselves in the international market. Now, we as Pakistan, we are very, very well placed. We have a large addressable market. If you talk about, we are the 15th largest consumer market globally. We have we are the 5th largest populated country. And you can actually, what could have been done is that these government-owned entities, they could have taken and adopted the local technology partners. Those technology partners could have, they could have done their proof of concept for certain scale. And India has exactly done, they have the same sort of strengths, they have the same sort of weaknesses, but because of their government support, their products are at this level where they can export and which qualifies for the international market. The third thing is that the industry realization that obviously the private sector also needs to come in and they play their role in order to support the local softwares as well. And these are some of the very high level measures which we can take in order to increase the Made in Pakistan brand and their exports in the global market.
Thank you, Shahzad sahab. I think it's very relevant. So we definitely feel that government need to support the industry by purchasing the application softwares from the local, and that will help indigenous application development in the country. And then once we have some established models here, and then we can take those to the external world. So I'd like to move to Fahd sahab, and I would like to ask if and how this technological disruption that's happening in the world, so how equipped we are and to meet those challenges, and what we are doing internally and what we are doing in terms of the skills development, in terms of the technology, and the organization here, how ready they are to meet and bring this to the next phase, that we take our Made in Pakistan to the world actually.
So we hear a lot of buzzwords. We hear about AI, we hear about quantum computing, we hear about a lot of things. But the truth of the matter is, at best for users, right? We have 240, 250 million people. Most of them are not even capable of, being anything other than a user. If you look at the product that is coming out of the universities right now, you only have 1 or 2 tier 1, tier 2 universities. Otherwise, all you have is riffraff. Okay? So, if you think that everybody who's coming out of a master's program or a bachelor's program is capable of contributing to the global race for technology, at best for users. But on the flip side, technology has a huge advantage as well. It's the only thing that can actually completely democratize society to its maximum. For the first time, people have access to education. It's a different thing, they choose TikTok to do a lot of other things, but globally if you look at TikTok, they can actually learn a lot of things from it, right? Similarly, if you look at the law and order situation, if you look at the ability to honor contracts, all of those basic liberties right now, the ultimate equalizer is technology. So on the user side, we have advantages, but on the development side, yes, you have a few brilliant companies trying to compete and do everything. And yes, you need government support, but you also need, you know, the resources to develop these technologies as well. So I think primarily our biggest challenge that we have right now is talim, but at the same time tarbiyat also. So I think if we focus on that right now, the basic building blocks, we'll be able to have a better conversation on this 15, 20 years later.
Thank you, Fahd. I think you hit the nail. Absolutely, there are a lot of challenges, and our academia is lacking. We are not getting the right skills, the resources that the industry needs actually. So it's a challenging, but we are resilient as a nation. We are doing our best to survive in those challenges, and alhamdulillah, I think we are doing significantly more than I think our energies and capabilities. And I know, I mean, you are the people, you are the ones who shine, who made us shine in the international spectrum by your actually resilience. So I just want to, I mean, I think there is another big round of applause that's required from the audience. So I like to move, and I like to ask Naeem Saab, CEO 24/7. So would you, I mean, how you are managing, I mean, the challenges of brand Pakistan? I mean, you are taking, I mean, you're working in a hostile environment, and I mean, you know, we are faced with the challenges of terrorism and other sort security problems. So in that, how you are actually taking the brand Pakistan forward, and how you are meeting those challenges in the international arena?
So I actually started off in 2018 when I was introduced to this medical billing industry. And by that time, people did not used to take the real name when they call Americans. When they speak with doctors or they have to generate any leads, they used to use pseudos. So I was the one when I started thinking of setting my own business. So I thought that we'll go with the real name. So everybody know that where are they calling from. So if they ask me that where are you from, I say I'm from Pakistan. If they ask me where in Pakistan, I'll tell them I'm from Islamabad or Rawalpindi. So I told the whole team members that you have to go with the real name, because if at any point in time, if you are going to grow the business, the people should know you with your real name. They should know your country. And it's not that you have an LLC in the US and you're just getting the money there in that LLC and then getting the funds in Pakistan. Nobody knows that the company actually exists in Pakistan. So that is where I started doing it. And now we have 200 plus medical billing companies. They go with the real names. They tell people that we are in Pakistan and we are doing it. I started off with 4 people. The idea was to create jobs in Pakistan, because that's what I had when I had my mentor. When I was working, I started working with a guy in 2012 and I left that company in 2017. That guy made up my mind that we have to create jobs in Pakistan. And America is the market where we can go and we can sell our services or products. So I had that thing on my mind. I started off with 4 people. Now within less than 3 years, we have 750 people that are working for us. So, and medical billing industry is the industry where there is a lot of room for improvement. We have like, it was like $25 million industry back in 2017. Now it's $6 trillion industry. So we have huge room for improvement. My sales team, like I'm the only company that started off with the sales. I myself went with 2 callers, start making calls to doctors. So when I told people that we can do that, I actually did not have money in the beginning, so I wanted investors. I made a feasibility report. I left my job and I said I'll open up a billing company. So I went to different people. I told them that I'm going to set up a billing company in the US. What I need an LLC in the US. And I need somebody that can open up a bank account for me so I can have my clients pay me there in the US. Initially, nobody helped me. Nobody actually liked the idea that this is doable. While you have never been to US, you have no idea how the US market works, and now you're saying that you'll start calling doctors. Especially, they would allow you to basically control their financials, because what we do, we manage their revenue cycle. So if we mess up, they mess up their businesses. So nobody is going to trust you. But I had that thing on my mind that let's start doing it. We tried. I used to make 230, 250 calls per day, and all I used to get no's, no's, and no's. But I knew that one yes will make me successful, and I'll get that confidence, and I'll get it going. So that's how it goes. When you make up your mind, when you tell people that you are willing to do something, I think the Pakistan name should be on the front. That's what I did, and now I see a lot of people are coming in this business, which is great, and everybody is going with the name that we are based out of Pakistan, because there are a lot of companies in India. They are doing a lot of business, and on the other hand, if you talk about the government support, we mostly discuss that what sort of support do we need from the government sector for the billing companies. So we don't have any support. Unfortunately, Indians, they have huge hospital contracts. Why? Because they deal with those hospitals at the government level, and then they go in their country and they ask multiple different billing companies to bid, and whoever has the nicest bid, they win that contract and they get the business. So at government level, we do not have, kind of, what do we call that, skill set maybe, or opportunities to go. I've never been to US till today. So I don't know how can I go and get in touch with any top management in any hospital, and what are their, measures to allot a contract to a company in Pakistan. But in India, I've seen a lot of hospitals are giving the business. So one company in India may have 30,000 certified medical coders. In Pakistan, we have total 30,000 medical billers or coders, including everybody. So that is the size that we have. So if we can focus on this thing at a government level, if we have certain education, I think we can grow this big time, and we can actually create a lot of jobs here. So.
Again, amazing. So at times we question about the opportunities and the kind of challenges we have, and we stick to ourselves, and we say we cannot come out of this dilemma, and we just kind of we just remain within ourselves. But I think you have actually, it's amazing to hear that you've never been to US, but still you're managing a huge business. This is something, because I myself
did not know how to get the visa, so I've never applied for the visa.
So amazing. I travel a lot. I'm meeting customers, and I also face visa challenges. But it's the important thing is that you have not made yourself restricted to that. You actually have moved on, and you have actually created your own market from here.
Yeah. So I remember a conversation with one of the client. It was my cold call. So when I called him, he said, "Where are you from?" I said, "I'm from Pakistan." He said, "Well, you are the first person telling me the truth, because everybody that calls from Asia, they say they're from Nevada or Colorado or California." So that is the thing, like, it's the concept actually. When we start telling people a lie in the beginning, I think it's difficult for people to trust you. So this is very, very important. And once I started working with them, all my clients, they tell me, "Naeem, you have gold mine of resources in Pakistan. Our people are very, very talented. They can outperform any other billing company in the world, be it in Mexico, Philippines, India. We have the best people." Right? I was the one that started hiring pharmacists into medical billing industry, where what we did, we started training them on the medical billing, because previously medical biller was like somebody that does not get any good job, they go into medical billing. So it was like, जब आपको कुछ नहीं मिलता तो आप टीचर बन जाते थे पाकिस्तान में. Similarly, they were doing the same thing with medical billing. So what I did, I started introducing pharmacists. Now we have majority of pharmacists being utilized in medical billing industry. And a pharmacist that has 6 months experience, like after you've done your pharmacy, if you get a job in any other pharmaceutical company, you get 30, 40,000, and then you have a sales job. But if you come and join a medical billing industry, you get a 40,000 basic. In 6 months, you get to 80,000 rupees basic. If you do 1 degree, which is CPC, you spend $400, you get that course, you get certified, your salary goes to 250,000 rupees a month. And within 2 years, a certified medical coder is earning now 500,000 rupees a month, just with 2 years of experience. So we are actually neglecting this industry. We're not focusing, we're not educating our people. Even at the university level, we do not have education. When we go to people and tell them, come and do work for us, they say, well, it's a night job, it's a call center, we don't want to work for you. Then we have to go and educate them, it's not a call center. It's basically a whole new industry that we have to focus, because India is actually bringing a lot of revenue to their country, right? So when we started off, the company I used to work for back in 2012, last month we got the rating from PSEB. The revenue that we generated, that company was at 145 number. My company came at 65th number out of 550 companies.
Amazing.
Right?
Amazing.
जी सर जी 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 सही बिल्कुल बिल्कुल At the end of the day, if you speak truth, you get the benefits of it. You lie, you face the realities, of course. Bilkul.
Zabardast. So moving on, so Omer Farooq sir, you are CEO of Interwood, a very renowned furniture manufacturing, and maybe you're doing more than that I'm not aware of. But so taking your products to the external world, you need certifications. So what kind of certifications you have gone through in your organization, and how it helped you take your product to the external world, and what kind of, internally you are doing that helped your employees to certify your products to certify, that you can tell our audience and the panelists that they can do, so they can move to the they can take the made in Pakistan product line to the external world.
When you're talking about certifications, we have certifications, we have FSA, we have fire rated certifications, but that does not mean that you're going to export. Any company that becomes scalable has to grow domestically. Unfortunately, in this part of the world, it happens very differently because of the problem he's speaking, that we lie. And I think that's the biggest curse we have. Because when you start lying, you deny facts. And facts, when you deny facts, you will never grow. And most of the time, I'm challenged in my manufacturing unit, people trying to twist here and there. At the end, you have to make the right product. So if you're not giving the right product to your consumer, you will not scale up. So we are a basically local company, and we've done a lot of certification in fire rating, forest and green, whatever. And we've done exports, not very structured, but yes, contractual sales. We've done hotels, we've done, so we found that in Pakistani market, nothing is favoring the compliant sector, especially the furniture sector, because all your competition is non-compliant. So when you fight with a non-compliant business, it becomes very difficult. And you're not cheating, and he's cheating. And in this business, there's a lot of that. So unfortunately, what we've spent in our plant, we've not been able to really materialize what we could have done. We have robotics, we've got state-of-the-art technology, we've got design integration with our productions. Yeah, and even with the ERP, which very few companies in the world can integrate a design software with an ERP. And it's end-to-end warehouse management as well. So it's a very unique company in the world, doing a lot of product lines, 6 product lines, which has gives a lot of flexibility with automation. And very few companies do that. China does only 1 product line, and for example, they're doing office chairs, just doing office chairs. And then they specialize in that, and then they have volumes, and they have economies of scale. Unfortunately, with our market, we could not do that, and we could not scale up. And I strongly recommend that the government, I don't think so the government can help in anything, honestly. We should forget that. In my 27 years experience, I've not seen government helping in any way. They're just creating trouble. The challenge is with us, our leadership, which is not, I think, sincere to the country. China has grown because the leadership is sincere. And if our leadership, unless we do not have a sincere leadership, and we do not go to the root cause of the problem, which is education, which is lying, which is justice system of the country, we will not grow. Honestly, we will not grow. We can grow in silos, through brilliance. You see our cricket team, that's how it works. They're good brilliance. When they work as collectively, they grow. And when they're working, mostly they're working individually. So we're fighting against each other, and unfortunately, we do not support our own industry. The consultants don't support our own industry. They have their own vested interests. And this is how it works. And unfortunately, I'm just trying to say the facts here. And we could have grown like 50%, 100 more times if we were in China maybe. We could have become IKEA. So unfortunately, the atmosphere, you have to create that atmosphere, that conducive environment for any company to go to the next level. So once you create that, if you create an industrial environment, we've created a trade-based environment where we have thieves, under-invoicing, cutting all costs, and you're fighting against them. So I feel there's a lot of things that basics have to be fixed. If we follow the core Islamic principles, I think we can do miracles, which the West follows, as Chinese have followed. I've been going to China for 20 years. I've seen their success. Amazing nation. Though they're struggling now, their economy is down due to some, I think, there's mistakes. But I think they'll recover eventually because they are a nation. They are a very hard-working nation. They're very committed. They don't lie. Okay, they may lie a bit, but their product lines are amazing. So how do you compete with them where you have a challenge in where you're not known what is going to happen the next day? So unfortunately, these are the challenges, but I still feel hope that we are able to get out of this. I've been working a lot on the skill development. I've done a lot of CSR on donating to the technology, education to. We've made a course for DTI, now Beacon House National University. We're donating carpentry labs to them. And unfortunate thing is those labs, those German labs which were made to develop skill have started to make furniture. And how do you do that? How do you grow? So your skill development is gone, your everything is gone, you're dependent on yourself. Your skill, you develop skill, and the Saudis take the skill. So that's what's happened to us. 1,000 people, Interwood people working in Saudi Arabia. They're making the Saudi as a Middle East grow. And they're running our German software, EMOS, which is integrated with SAP there. And they've introduced that software over there. And we're looking. So that's the sad fact, but I think still it's never too late. We should look after our younger generation. I sometimes look at my daughter and feel sorry for her, and she says, I don't want to live in Pakistan, Baba, there's nothing here for me. I want to go abroad. So that's how the younger generation is thinking. If the leadership does not fix its act together, it just needs to do the basics right. It has to put the governance right. It has to put the justice system right. It doesn't do anything. It just has to create an industrial atmosphere for country. And people will do it. We are so talented. People will do it. Trust them. Fix your core education, justice system. And that's what I've got to say. Thank you.
Amazing, sir. So I totally believe, I think each and every one of us have the opportunity to leave Pakistan, but we stayed here because I think we have a reason for being here. We like to serve this country. We have a problem in ourselves that has made us here. I know there are opportunities, but I believe, at least myself, why I'm here, I have to pay back. That's what I think daily. And another thing that you mentioned, ethical perspective, I think is also mentioning about the truth in the business. So I think all large businesses that have grown to a level is not, they are one-day job. They know that it has to go a long way. So you have to build on some principles. Ethics, one of them. Truth, integrity. These are the core values that you need to integrate in your, and then actually then you can say that this is made in Pakistan. Otherwise, a substandard product you cannot take outside. A substandard product you cannot sell inside. You cannot have a long-term business. Asif Ismail Saab, he's CEO Premier Cable. Sir, you into the manufacturing industry, you doing, so I think I'd like to know what are the challenges around the procurement of raw material that you might be facing, how you're overcoming that, any R&D internally that you are having that's helping you build the top-notch products? What kind of, measures you have taken to meet those challenges? If you give some perspective.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. First of all, thanks Kawal Mansoor and all his team for arranging fantastic this summit. Give big hands to Mansoor. Big hands to Kawal Mansoor. You see, survival to be the fittest. Those who are professionally fit, they will be surviving in future. We are surviving through professionalism. We discuss a lot of things about advantages and disadvantages. I'll give you some knobs as well, because a lot of students and young entrepreneurs are sitting here as well, that how and they manage their work. Regarding the raw materials which you have asked from us, we are importing 16 raw material from 16 countries of the world. Then we are able to manufacture one quality cable. And obviously challenges are there. Before, LC challenges were there when we had some little some shortage in the funds as well, at the economy side as well. But you see, for business, a lot of entrepreneurs, they do not even know how to manage the business. Basically, production, finance, marketing and management, these are the 4 pillars of business, you see. And what is business? Any activity of a person engage with the hope of making profit, that is called business. What is entrepreneurship? On-time decision and calculated risk, which a lot of people do not even know. For example, in the current situation of Gaza, there's a huge potential for the consumer market. In Karachi, you know, Pakola people have entered in the water business, and Kebabji, one brand, one KFC wasn't doing good. They have introduced KFC fried chicken, because whatever Omer bhai say, he has spoken from his heart, from Interwood. These are the facts which you are saying, but we have to see, what we have is hope. We still see light in end of the tunnel. The main thing is business is you have to work hard, you see, and the resilience. We are the only exporter of optical fiber cables to Etisalat and Saudi Telecom. It took us 10 years to penetrate Etisalat. We have office in Dubai, we go to Jitex, we go to Leap, but we never give up. We are based from 60 years, and we have exported more than 28,000 kilometers of Etisalat, optical fiber to Etisalat. With this quantity, you can go to New York and come back. So still, alhamdulillah, we are surviving. Even today, we got Etisalat order as well. So the point is, now to make this made in Pakistan brand, how we upgrade it and how to survive. Because right now, our exports are 36 billion, our imports are 57 billion. There's a deficit of 21 billion. There's a deficit of 21 billion. Can you imagine, we are importing 11 billion chemicals? Can't we do it here? But for that, we need equal playing field. We need good policies, basically. You see, if you see the neighboring country, India, 40 years back, they have banned all the consumer product. And right now, they are hitting more than 600 billion. Those arbabo ikhtiyar people, or those who make the policies, they have to make the policy for 3 decades, 4 decades. You see, industry chalana koi nani maa ka ghar nahi hai. They need 2 decade, 3 decade, 4 decade. आज आप बोल दें कि XYZ, आप ये बोल दें लैपटॉप 2 साल के बाद पाकिस्तान में इंपोर्ट नहीं होगा. You will see laptop would be start manufacturing. Same thing happened in India. They have banned the laptops and they have started it. So the point is, we need good policies, consistent policies, and vision as well. Madam Theresa said, if you are blind, that's not an issue. But if you don't have vision, it's worse than blindness. Our policy makers, they should have the vision to make this country exporting more than 200 billion. Potential is there because it's a young country. More than 65 million boys and girls are below 30. So we have to utilize them. We have to put them resilience. We have to put them sports so they get the medals and make Made in Pakistan brand on top of it. And the consistent policy which will upgrade our standard and bring the big revenues as well, and bring the better name for the Pakistan and the better image as well. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I totally believe the continuity of policies is very much required. The vision also from the leadership, because this is something, because our scope is business, but we need some vision and some continuity policies from the government to support us, to make us do wonders.
Just wanted to have a correction there. The kebabjis are not the ones we're looking. That's not a good model at all. Because what they're doing is they've sort of shaked hand with KFC and they're selling their products. And that's why when we receive their burgers and their chicken, that's colder. So I've done that.
Yeah, I agree with you, but my point is, you see, in this current situation as well, local brands can do wonders.
That's
you see,
true. That's true.
we are manufacturing for 60 years, still surviving. There's no shortcut to hard work. Young generation need to work hard. Never give up. Try again. I am the best. When you stand in the morning, when you're brushing, say to the mirror, I can do it. So this is how we can do. We have to work hard. एक ने कहा 700,000 professionals have gone abroad. तो मैंने उसको कहा कि अगर 10% मेहनत यहाँ पे कर लेते जितनी बाहर जाके करते हैं, they would have been doing wonders in Pakistan. Because जो lifestyle हमारी जो है यहाँ पे, those who are well off or the upper medium class, ये माली, ये चौकीदार, ये खानसामे, ये 8-8, 10-10 ड्राइवर दुनिया में कहाँ होता है? आप जाएं लंदन, आप जाएं यूके, आप जाएं कनाडा, आप जाएं यूएसए, आधी ज़िंदगी तो ड्राइवर ही कर रहे होता है कवल भाई. बेटी को लेना है, they have to pick their son, they have to pick their daughters. Here the normal person is having 3, 4 driver. मुझे तो पता भी नहीं है how many drivers I have in my company. You see, the one have to be.
I have a question, sir.
Thanks to Pakistan.
Is hall mein, how many of you have 4 drivers or 8 drivers? How many of you have 4 drivers? Can you even relate to what is being said right now?
No.
I think we need to start getting real also.
I mean,
I think we need to get
right to a certain extent, but the normal
we need
person,
to get real also. I think we need to get real to the fact कि 7.5 है सर.
नहीं एक आम आदमी की बात कर रहे हैं वो. एक आम आदमी, I myself am a father of 5 sons.
But I'm talking about the rest of the world who needs to relate also, no?
No, he's right. So we need to realize, you see, there's
I'm saying it's too much potential is there if we work hard. That's my
आप दोनों
point.
फर्क बात कर रहे हैं, वो भी बहुत important बात कर रहे हैं, आप भी बहुत important बात कर रहे हैं. You see, that potential is there. We don't even make a chemical which can produce Panadol in Pakistan. आप बात कर रहे हैं, आपने बड़ा मेहनत की, आप लोगों ने काम किया, आपके साथ Interwood वाले बैठे हैं, they have done a wonderful job, and the rest of you. मगर प्रॉब्लम जो है ना, वो जो उन्होंने बात पहले की थी तरबियत वाली, वो भी बहुत ज़रूरी है. क्या हम अपना रोल प्ले कर रहे हैं? अगर हम 4 ड्राइवरों के साथ बच्चों को छोड़ें, are we doing justice with them?
Totally agree with you.
I myself has driven my kids all my life for each and every activity, to the schools, to the tennis, to the sports and everything. So हम एक आम आदमी जो होता है उसके पास 4 ड्राइवर नहीं होते.
My point is,
I
whoever
believe-
is working hard from 30 years, 40 years, this country has given a lot to us and still more to do. This is my point is,
Sir, लेकिन
that
नीयत
too
की
much
कमी है
one
ना.
should not be dejected
Sir,
from the
sir,
country.
Every year Indians go outside. There's no problem in going outside the world. 7 lakh banda agar Pakistan se bhi gaya, I would say there are ambassadors. If they just start owning कि यार they are ambassadors, they don't hide behind कि पता नहीं हम Indians हैं या हम कोई black हैं and some Asians and so on. If they start thinking कि यार we own Pakistan, वो वहाँ जाके भी पाकिस्तान को support कर सकते हैं.
बिल्कुल सही.
So it's actually we need to have our identity.
हम सारे एक ही बात कर रहे हैं, लेकिन क्योंकि एक दूसरे की सुनना नहीं चाह रहे ना, we don't have a tolerance to listen to each other.
So if your question, because otherwise I move to further.
मेरा सिर्फ comment यही था कि नीयत की कमी है और कोई मसला नहीं है. जो आप पॉलिसीज़ की बात कर रहे हैं उसमें we lack will on the establishment side, on the government side. If that will is there, we have potential and we can make difference for sure.
बिल्कुल, no second thought on that.
Junaid,
Sir.
जी.
Last 5 years ये जो बिलिंग की मार्केट है इसका साइज जो है वो सब $25 billion से
$6 trillion.
within how much time? किस time period?
Actually, during COVID, आपको पता है US में क्या हुआ? It's only the US market. जो
It's
medical
only
billing
the
industry.
US market.
Yes, that's only US.
इसमें ये है कि जो यंगस्टर्स हैं या जो लोग जो यंग एंटरप्रेन्योर्स हैं इवन जो कोई और भी काम कर रहे थे,
Right.
यहाँ पर ये होना चाहिए कि थोड़ा सा इसको किसी भी तरीके से मीडिया में हाईलाइट किया जाए कि ये अपॉर्चुनिटीज़ क्रिएट हो रही हैं. डेफिनेटली किसी भी नए काम के लिए ट्रेनिंग का टाइम तो लगेगा. चाहे मैं कुछ भी कर रहा हूँ, मुझे उसको सीखने का तो टाइम लगाना पड़ेगा. प्रॉब्लम ये है कि हम देखते हैं कि यार उसने मेडिकल बिलिंग का बिजनेस स्टार्ट किया और ना वो ये कर रहा है. हमें ये नहीं पता होता कि उसके पीछे उसको टाइम कितना लगा. ये ट्रेनिंग जो है ना, ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है कि यंगस्टर्स को, इवन ये यंगस्टर्स का मतलब है जिससे भी नया काम स्टार्ट करना है, चाहे उसकी एज 40 है. यंगस्टर का मतलब ये नहीं है कि 25 ईयर्स. यंगस्टर का मतलब है उसने एक नई लाइन अडॉप्ट करनी, वो अपने पुराने बिजनेस से या तो थक गया या लॉस हो गया या वट एवर द रीज़न, वो अपनी नई लाइन अडॉप्ट करना चाहता है. इसके ऊपर कोई कलेक्टिव एफर्ट होनी चाहिए मार्केट लीडर्स की तरफ से, जो कि आप लोग हैं. मेरा ये एक है कि वो बताते रहेंगे यार फ्यूचर इस चीज़ का है, अपने आप को ट्रेन करो, लोग अपना टाइम इन्वेस्ट कर सकते हैं उसके अंदर. थैंक यू.
देखिए, अगर आपकी कॉमन थीम देखें ना, अगर इफ़ यू हेयर द कॉमन थीम ऑन दिस पैनल राइट नाउ, everybody is trying to do something. I run an organization that has saved over 15,000 lives, handled more than 55,000 emergencies across Pakistan, Egypt, Argentina, Kenya. हम लोगों ने खुद किया था, किसी से कोई सपोर्ट नहीं आती. जो आई थिंक जो कॉमन थीम चल रही है ना, जो आप बात कर रहे हैं, जो सर भी बात कर रहे थे, वो है कि वेयर इज़ द गवर्नमेंट. देखिए, यू हैव टू रियलाइज़ वन मेजर थिंग. हमारी जो टॉप मोस्ट, एक तो हमारी जो नॉमेनक्लेचर है वो बहुत ख़राब हो गई है. हम लोग हुक्मरान चूज़ करते हैं. हाकिम कौन चूज़ करता है पता है? हम रिप्रेजेंटेटिव चूज़ करते हैं, वो हमारे रेप्स हैं. एक चीज़. दूसरी चीज़, सारे 60-70 साल के हो गए. व्हाट डू दे नो अबाउट व्हाट इज़ हैपनिंग इन द वर्ल्ड राइट नाउ? एक चीज़. तीसरी चीज़, राइट नाउ ऑल ऑफ पाकिस्तान इज़ हॉस्टेज टू अ विजन ऑफ 3 years मैक्सिमम 6 years. ठीक है. सो और फिर then you don't have domain experts. You don't have domain experts. हम लोग जितनी भी बात कर लें, whatever success we're achieving is in spite of and despite of the government. It's not because of the government. So when you talk about whatever is happening over here, देखिए, मेरा काम नहीं है कि मैं स्कूलों में जाके बच्चों को एजुकेट करूं, बट मैं कर रहा हूं. ये तो सर कह रहे हैं कि मैंने 1000 बच्चों, कितने लड़कों को ट्रेन किया आपने? आप समझ नहीं सकते हैं कि कितनी तकलीफ होती है जब आपका बंदा ट्रेन हुआ लॉ एंड ऑर्डर सिचुएशन की वजह से छोड़ के चला जाता है. एंड वी कैन गिव दिस कूल एड के वी आर ऑल हियर बिकॉज वी चूज टू बी हियर. नो, इफ आई गिव यू अ पासपोर्ट टुडे, अ लॉट ऑफ पीपल विल लीव राइट नाउ. डोंट गिव अस दैट. मतलब आई थिंक होप विदाउट अ प्लान इज सुसाइड. ये जो हम हर जगह पे बैठ के यार होप फॉर पाकिस्तान एंड यू नो वी हैव गॉट सो मच पोटेंशियल, येस, बट व्हाट इफ समबडी गिव्स दैट पोटेंशियल ऑफ एट अ डाइम टू समबडी एल्स. हम लोगों के पास, हमने कितने सुने, हमारे पास कितने नेचुरल रिसोर्सेज थे, क्या था क्या नहीं था. इट टुक 5 years ऑफ शौकत अजीज फॉर अस टू लूज ऑल ऑफ आवर गैस रिजर्व्स.
वो आपने देखा ग्राफ जो इसमें आपकी नेगेटिव ग्रोथ हो रही.
So आप अगर हम बात करते हैं ना, आई थिंक द फर्स्ट स्टेप नीड्स टू बी, वी नीड टू होल्ड अकाउंटेबल द पीपल हु नीड टू बी हेल्ड अकाउंटेबल इन देयर जुमराज. When you look at Karachi, we keep on talking about the 750,000 people who've left in the past 1 year since one event. Have you noticed that since 1990 you've been losing all your brains? It started with Karachi. It started with the turmoil in Karachi. It spread after Lal Masjid to Islamabad. After your entire dilemma with internal security, all of the people who could leave left. Right now, you don't have resources. How do you build an economy with people who have an average IQ of 60? I think we need to get real also. I think we need to realize कि हम, again I'll go back to that, कि we've become an economy of buzzwords. हमने जी इतना ये बना लिया, हम AI में ये कर रहे हैं, we're users. If that, at best, what we have is right now, the only thing that we need to do, after hopefully getting sincere leadership at some point, the first thing that we need to do is literally do a journey exercise, a journey mapping exercise of a child that has not been born in Pakistan right now. How do you take a child from 0 to 80 through an entire cycle, whether he becomes a doctor, an entrepreneur, a journalist or whatnot? उसको ट्रेन कैसे करेंगे, हाउ डू यू नरिश हिम, हाउ डू यू गिव हिम सेफ्टी, सिक्योरिटी, एंड देन यू हैव अ कंट्री. राइट नाउ वी हैव पैच वर्क.
आई वुड से कि हमें अपने अपने लेवल पे अपना अपना पार्ट चिप इन करना पड़ेगा. लाइक आई नो कि मेरे पास अब 700 लोग हैं और वो 700 लोगों में से कोई 25-30 डायरेक्टर्स हैं, राइट. दे आर द वंस हु आर मैनेजिंग माई बिजनेस एंड दे आर एक्चुअली टेकिंग केयर ऑफ द होल बिजनेस. अब एट वन पॉइंट उनको भी लगेगा कि नाउ दे वांट टू बी सक्सेसफुल, दे वांट टू हैव द सेम privileges that I am enjoying with my family. So what happens in organizations, जब लोग इस तरह सोचना शुरू करते हैं तो हम उनको जो है ना एक ग्लास सीलिंग करके हम कहते हैं कि यार इनको निकालो, ये फारिग हैं अब क्योंकि ये ऑर्गेनाइजेशन के साथ लॉयल नहीं रहे. बट आई डोंट थिंक सो कि दैट शुड बी द काइंड ऑफ एटीट्यूड टुवर्ड्स दोज एम्प्लॉइज. तो हमने क्या किया, हमने उन एम्प्लॉइज़ को रिटेन करने के लिए और कंपनी को ग्रो करने के लिए हमने कहा कि ओके, इफ़ यू वांट टू सेट अप योर ओन बिजनेस, देयर आर टू ऑप्शन. ईदर यू कैन टेल अस, we'll help you, we'll become your helping hand and you set up your own business, or within the organization we are going to register another company and you can have 10 people on cold calls, start dialing, you have the whole company backup, and let's start building it up. So we now have 5 other companies who are being managed by our directors and they're making money.
Thank you. So we are just closing. I think we have another speakers waiting. So anyone who would like to have further comments or discussion, you can do individually. These people are here. And I'd like to thank you, our panelists, so for kind of you for coming here and gracing this occasion. Thank you.
Thank you. I would like to invite Kawal Masroor for giving them mementos for their valuable insights and participation. So first, we would like to have Shahzad Rafique Saab from AutoSoft. Asif Ismail, CEO, Premier Cables. Omer Farooq, CEO, Interwood. Syed Junaid, CEO, Softoo. Naeem Abbas, CEO, 24/7. And then we have Fahd Mehmood Khan Sahab, CEO, HumanTek.